So, let's look at some ads. Not as exciting as the videos. We're going to get to the commercials. The commercials are the best part of all of this. So, force yourself to get over any philosophical crap quickly and just play the coolest system ever made. If you were colorblind and had an IQ less than 12, then you wouldn't care which portable you had. Some kids won't see the advantages of Activator, then it will hit them. Does anybody remember the Activator? Did anybody actually have the Activator? This guy? Unplayable. Like, almost, it's pretty much the Sega equivalent of the Power Glove. It's like, at least with the Power Glove, you can play Rad Racer. Activator, you can't play anything. It's like, can you imagine, all right, here's the thing about the Activator. Up, down, left, right, and then the corners are the A, B, and C buttons, and then the two back ones, diagonally, are together start. So, can you imagine doing a quarter circle? We had to do this, and then back and left at the same time, and then back, and then that. Impossible. And it was marketed for fighting games. And it was compatible with Comic Zone. It was specifically compatible with Comic Zone, Mortal Kombat 1, and Eternal Champions. There you go. That was it. Save the planets, save the whales, save $50 on a Sega Game Gear Supersonic Sports Pack. That was the thing back in the 90s. Like, save the whales was a really big deal. Single, versatile, attractive entertainer seeks passionate game player for non-stop action. We're going to get to some more blatant sexual innuendo in time. Our deepest condolences to Sony on their PS2 shipping difficulties. I think that one's legit. I'm a little skeptical, though. I remember it in magazines. I remember it, but my memory is terrible, and I don't trust it. Neglecting certain body parts. Yep. And then play with the big boys. You'll get old waiting for someone to top Sega CD. Have fun now while you can still chew your food. And then, of course, they had their own version of the seal of quality. Your world will never be the same. This one's just a generic one. Think fast. TV sucks, drugs are bad, sex can kill you. Seems like the perfect time to introduce you to Sega CD. Here's a cheap ploy. The other guys just don't stack up. Which is not really fair, because if you make an ad like this when the system's only been out for a few months, well, yeah. It's like when the N64 came out, there were two games. One was Pilot Wings, and the other was Mario 64. Like, when you release a system and you've got Super Mario World or Super Mario 64, it doesn't really matter because you nailed it right off the bat. You've got a game that everybody's going to love forever, and I'm pretty sure that most of these games back here are all sports games. I once got a lot of Sega stuff about a year ago. And I didn't get it for this reason, but it also had like 50 different sports games. And now they're just sitting in a box. I'm thinking about making a video where I destroy them in slightly more elaborate fashion. There is a beautiful naked woman on this page. When you've got Sega Saturn's triple 32-bit processing power, nothing else matters. As much excitement as you can get from a wall socket without that funny burning smell. And that's it for that folder. So we're going to show you some the Genesis Does commercials, but no GIMP, do not do that. Half the enjoyment of this panel is just watching me fight with this computer. Genesis does what Nintendon't, and then, very easily. Now, I wish I had a better version of this, because they have some blatantly silly things over here, like microphone jack, ergonomic controller, blast processing in all caps with bold and italics, reliable top-loading cartridge slot. That one's fair. That one's fair. But I love this, the last one is cool black casing. That's a selling point, cool black casing. And then there's these different ads where this is like a 4-page spread, okay, in a magazine. 3-page spread. Who's going to read all of this? Strider. Another spread. I can gladly say I've never played this game. Okay. Master System. So this is like some of the cool 80s stuff that they did. But look how boring this is. Does anybody picture in your head what a Master System case looks like and a Master System cartridge looks like? It was so boring. Oh my God, look at this. Does this get you excited for video games? And I don't know what this says because it's French. But I tried translating this, but it's all cut off. But what is going on here? Thunderblade, a game from Sega. I don't know. All right. So this is just a modern thing, but this is Sega had this thing with blast processing, which just basically means that its processor was faster. But this is an unfair advantage because this is, is it backwards? No, yeah, I guess that's Contra 3. They could put Contra Hard Corps right there, and it looks exactly the same. But it doesn't mean anything. Because good games are good games. It doesn't, there are games for NES that are better than games for PS4. I guarantee you. You can probably think of one. Or 360. Okay, Duke Nukem Forever. There you go. Done. Aliens, Colonial Marines. There you go. Done. Now here's a modern play on that. But you never see this nowadays. You see this in our Democrat, Republican politics, but you don't see this in modern video game advertisement anymore. It's all very cordial now, and I think that's probably just because the way the gaming industry has evolved, and it's much more like everybody knows everybody else. And I don't know why I have this in here, but I do. I think it kind of illustrates the silliness of all these add-ons. You got a Genesis, you got 32X, you got 2 copies of Sonic and Knuckles, you got a Game Genie, you got a cleaning kit, you've got a master base converter, and then a master system. It's just silly. So, and then I found this silly thing where it's the white console always wins. Look at those losers, they're all black. The white console always wins? I don't know. This one didn't work out because N64 was darker than but anyway. All right. So I think I'm at the point where I'm just gonna I think I'm gonna give up, and we're gonna do something that's not gonna work out so well, but we're gonna do it anyway. So, I wish I had sound. All right. We're gonna try that. All right. Who suggested it? All right. Stand up. Face the audience. If this goes really badly, it's that guy's fault. Where? Oh. Hold on. I have a whole thing up here for this, but now it needs to be reconfigured. All right, let's. So I went and had this whole thing where I have this intermediary thing where I can finally tune the sound and stuff so I don't blow your ears out. But apparently you guys want that. So, oh boy. I'm sorry if this goes badly. This was not my idea. Have a good time. All right, so I want to show you 2 Nintendo commercials and just kind of show you just kind of contrast.
The Power Glove for your NES. Now you and the games are one. Everything else is child's play.
When you get hold of the Nintendo Entertainment System, when you master Rob, the video robot, and meet the challenge of Gyrobites, when you shoot the light-sensing zapper, when you play the system with so many arcade hits, you're playing with power. The Nintendo Entertainment System Deluxe set. Batteries not included. Super Mario Brothers and other games sold separately.
All right, so like I was saying before, and now I'm actually kind of glad that I subtitled so many of these. Nintendo kind of did this sort of 80s sci-fi kind of thing, and Master System commercials seem to really emulate that to me.
Sega challenges you with the ultimate video game, the Sega Master System. With more accurate control, more detailed graphics, more levels of play. The Sega Master System comes with power-based 2 control pads, light phaser, and 2 great video games. Hang on and Safari Hunt. Gotcha. And with other games like Rambo,
Look at these boxes. Look how boring these boxes are. Look at this one. There's a little picture of a helicopter, and look how small it is. That is so boring.
Run and Choplifter, the excitement never stops. The Sega Master System, the challenge will always be there.
All right, show you another one.
Now, Sega challenges you to experience Sega Scope 3D. 3D so real it puts the action right in your face. Not even 3D effects like these can match what you'll see through these amazing Sega Scope 3D glasses. Games and accessories sold separately. And nothing but the experience itself can give you the challenge and excitement of Sega games like Zaxxon 3D, coming soon, and Missile Defense 3D. Sega Scope 3D, only on the Sega system. Sega, the challenge will always be there.
So they did the same thing, basically. and it didn't work.
To be fair about those glasses, they did work. They were shutter.
Yeah. I've heard that those are like way cooler than anything that came after that. Like Nintendo's 3D glasses that had with like Rad Racer were just like the anaglyph, red and blue, but the Sega Scope 3D glasses actually had the shutter.
They were as good as the glasses that were available for PCs 10 years later.
Yeah, and it's the same kind of shutter technology that you have when you like go to see some of the 3D movies that are all the rage these days. So Master System failed pretty badly, and they went on to Genesis. And when you basically have a system that's like 16-bit versus 8-bit, it should be fairly simple, and you just run with it.
16-bit arcade graphics.
You can't do this on Nintendo. Genesis does.
16-bit sports action.
You can't do this on Nintendo. Genesis does. Genesis does. Genesis does. Genesis does.
Get Joe Montana free, Matt Riley free, Buster Douglas free, Super Monaco GP free, or Collins free. What Nintendon't? Buy a 16-bit Genesis system between now and October 31st and get an extra game.
Genesis does.
Does the first ever 8-bit game, the ultimate in gameplay, voted Game of the Year.
Genesis does.
Does the third generation of the hot arcade hit Shinobi and lifelike 16-bit graphics.
Genesis
Does.
Genesis
Does.
Genesis
Does.
Genesis
Does.
Genesis does.
Who gives you 2 stereo speakers free so you hear the great stereo sound of Genesis?
Genesis does.
Just buy any 3 Sega Genesis brand games before March to get 2 stereo speakers free.
Buy some games, we'll send you some speakers. So it's pretty easy when you're like, oh yeah, we're 16 bits, yay! So what do you do when your competitor that's supposed to be a lousy 8-bit system comes out with a 16-bit system that's just as powerful as you? You got to come up with something, and that something was blast processing.
The Sega Genesis has blast processing. Super Nintendo doesn't. So what's blast processing do? And what if you don't have blast processing?
So if you notice, they only showed 3 games: Sonic, Echo. Did you notice the third one in there? It was only there for like half a second. Streets of Rage. That was not a fast game. And Mario Kart, which outsold all 3 of them combined. And it's a must if you have a Super Nintendo. All right, so N64 comes along, and they called it the Pretendo. Also, you'll notice that they start destroying the competitors' consoles.
There are lots of good reasons to go with Sega Saturn instead of Nintendo. Recall games. Sega Saturn has tons of them. Nintendo has just a few. It does beg the question, do you want to play or twiddle your thumbs? Face it, Nintendo. You weren't worth waiting for.
How classy is that? And then well, actually, that would have been later, but I am not smart and I put them in the wrong order. So PlayStation came along, and they called it the Plaything.
There's never been a game like Sega Saturn's Nights. Never been a game that's allowed you to fly, fluid and free, in real-time 3D. Never, not anywhere. But especially not on that other system. Simply because, with only one processor, it doesn't have the power to do it. Fly, Plaything, fly. You are not ready.
So that is not even remotely accurate. 3 processors does not make the system better. Let's see, what else do I have in here? I can't show you everything that I wanted to show you now. So I'm going to breeze through some of these things. Oh, the Game Gear ones. These are the best. Are you ready for this?
Some people are content to be entertained by simple one-color electronics. Somehow these people have just never heard of Game Gear, the multicolor portable from Sega with tons of new titles. Yeah, some people are like that, but then some people like to eat pickled pork lips.
I mean, I'm not misinterpreting this. Like, they're blatantly insulting their potential customer base, are they not?
If you were colorblind and had an IQ less than 12, then you wouldn't care which portable you had. Of course, you wouldn't care if you drank from the toilet either. Game Gear.
I don't know. Now, oh, jeez. All right, let's one more.
We at Sega have learned that some people are actually throwing their one-color portables away. We urge you to stop. There are still many practical uses for them. Fix a wobbly chair. Look, a cap massager. Spread cheese snacks. We at Sega admit we have an unfair advantage with Game Gear being a full-color portable with tons of new games. This is still no excuse. Use them to tenderize meat, as sunblock, or whisk away unsightly poop. Please help save the planet.
Thousands of helpless teenagers trapped in a dull, drab world of colorless video games. But there is color. Introducing Game Gear from Sega, the full-color portable video game system that separates the men from the boys. Game Gear from Sega.
All right, let's see what else we got. I don't know. They made some good movies. Ninja Turtles, Mortal Kombat, The Mask, Lord of the Rings. Let's see. Oh, look at these. Oh, these kids are such tools.
Sega's the best video games you can buy. Sega's excellent. It's better than like Nintendo. Fantastic. Samurai. Sonic. So fast. So fun. Gotta beat the level. Gotta beat the level. Sega's way ahead. Way more games in the competition. A lot of games. In price, nothing could like even come close to it. I want to spend for Super Nintendo emulator. If you're not playing these games, you're a giant loser.
Does anybody know anybody like that in middle school? There's just a complete tool bag like that about like Sega or something. Oh, geez, man. Like these kids made me feel bad that I wanted a Sega Genesis and got a Sega Genesis over Super Nintendo. Right. I just wish there were. I wish there were more commercials like this. This is just fun.
Now, when you buy the Sega Genesis that comes with Sonic 1, you'll get Sonic 2 absolutely free. Sonic 2 handles stubborn stains, embarrassing bald spots, no problem. It even slices Aces and Dices makes thousands of Julian prize. But wait, you can play it too. This free Sonic 2 is a $54.99 value. You get 2 Sonics for the price of 1. Sonic 2 fits easily into any tackle box, made from a space-age polymer plastic for years of family fun, and pets love it too. Find the Sega Genesis that comes with Sonic 1 and get Sonic 2 free. Act now. Wiener Dog Sweater sold separately.
All right. Now, I'm gonna skip to 32X because I want to show you the blatant sexual innuendo.
Serious cheating has appeared in homes of both Americans.
Redouble his power.
Just stick it in your Genesis.
Alright, baby.
Can we see that again? Let's go! Hey man, your set was stolen. Take it out, take it out!
You really cannot interpret that any other way. All right, we're going to end this on a high note. First, oh man, do you remember the Sega Saturn commercials? They were so weird. So like this is like a long, it's like 9 minutes long. We're not gonna watch the whole thing, but it's like one of those things that would like play in like a GameStop, Funkoland, Electronics Boutique, whatever it was at the time, and then it would chop it up in other smaller commercials. But it's a lot to sit through if you just watch the whole thing, and there's just so many weird levels to it. I don't get this. They have this weird, creepy, bald chick that talks to you in like, she doesn't talk to you about like sexual things, but she says everything in a sexual sort of way. It's weird. I don't get it.
Approaching Saturn. You are only seconds away. I have arranged for you to meet my companion. You will lead you. Watch and listen. Please, don't disappoint him. He doesn't like that.
Can anybody yes, another bald guy. Can anybody tell me what year Twin Peaks was on TV? Was that around the same time? Like, there's got to be something that like influenced this. So they got this guy, and he like tells you shit, and then there's this guy who dances around a lot, and and then you got a really muscular Japanese bodybuilder with like various, metaphors about, or analogies about like strength and processors and stuff. And then lots of techno music, because techno makes things exciting. And then you got this guy in like a biker, you got like a biker guy, but he's like a biker from the top half and a ballerina from the bottom half. And then they have things about food. It's like scrumptious graphics. I don't know. More techno. And then they have this thing called the Theater of the Mind.
What's that?
Optic nerve, this is the brain. What's going on down there?
The eardrum's going up! Go get help! What happened to Victim? What happened to Victim? What happened to Victim?
much can go wrong.
Surgeon Synapse on line 2. It's the sphincter.
What is going on up there? Sega Saturn.
So, someone got paid for this. Somebody thought, this is, so we made this, we had the Genesis. It did pretty good, okay? It wasn't like a big, it wasn't like the Super Nintendo where like they sold hundreds of millions, whatever. But it did okay. And then the Sega CD, it didn't do so well. Master System, Game Gear didn't do so well. 32X didn't do so well. We had a new system. How are we going to promote this? And this is what they came up with. Now, I'm going to show you what Japan did. There's this mascot they came up with. His name is Segata Sanshiro. I don't know how to describe him. He's a Japanese guy in like a martial arts outfit who just shows up and just messes with people. I don't know how else to describe it.
Segata Sanshiro からのプレゼント、サンシロディスクもついている。Sega Saturn。野球しようぜ。オッケー。行こう行こう。お前ら今日ですよ。
And for some reason he just randomly beats people up.
Segata Sanshiro。Segata Sanshiro。Sega Saturnしろ。高速回転にソニックのレースゲームソニック R。セガサターン。セガターン。遊びの道に魂埋めた一人の男が今日もいる。真面目に遊ばぬ奴らには体で覚えさせるぞ。セガタ三四郎、セガタ三四郎、セガサタンシロー。とりゃ頭を使う表裏一体頭脳ゲームスロークライシス。セガサターン。セガタ三四郎、セガタ三四郎、セガサタンシロー。ホームラン98年最新鋭格ゲーム作動にグレイテストナイン98。セガサターン。サンシローさん。また会えたね。ドラマチックアドベンチャー桜大戦セガサターン。
Alright, I have to tell you guys, this is my favorite. This one right here. I don't want to overhype this, but this is my favorite one.
Segata Sanshiro.
Sega Saturn しろ。3つのドラマの RPG シャイニングフォース3セガサターン。セガタ三四郎、セガタ三四郎、セガサターンしろ。熱いよ。伝説のドラゴンと共に戦いの旅へ。パンツァードラゴン RPG マゼロセガサターン。セガタ準備救助。ソニックチーム最新作近未来レスキューアクションマーニングレンジャーセガサターン。セガタ三四郎、セガサターンしろ。全部と燃えろ。今年の冬を制覇しろ。ウィンターヒートセガサターン。セガタセガサターン。セガタゲームチャート。深度満点。蒸気を動力源とする近未来。これが世紀末スチームパンクワールド。超大作シミュレーション RPG バッケンローダー。
All right, I think I gotta end it there. That would have been a way better way of doing it in North America, I think. But anyway, thanks for coming. Enjoy the rest of your MAGFest.